When you picture North American food, the lines between Canadian and American cuisine often blur. Shared chains and a common border make it easy to assume our plates are the same. But the truth is, their culinary stories are surprisingly distinct, shaped by different histories, geographies, and cultural philosophies. From Canada's French and Indigenous influences to the melting pot of the United States, the food tells a tale of two unique identities. Let's dig in and explore the mouth-watering differences. First, the national icons. In the United States, it's a trio of titans. The hamburger, a symbol of backyard barbecues. The hot dog, king of the ballpark. And pizza, adapted with fierce regional pride from New York's thin crust to Chicago's deep dish. They're pillars of American pop culture. North of the border, the champion is poutine. It's a magical combination. Crispy fries, fresh cheese curds that squeak when you bite them, and a rich, savory gravy that melts the curds just so. Born in rural Quebec in the 1950s, poutine has evolved from a humble snack into a national treasure. The differences start with the core ingredients. Canada's liquid gold is maple syrup, with Quebec producing over 70% of the world's supply. It's a cultural touchstone, used not just on pancakes but also to glaze salmon and sweeten savory dishes. In the US, high-fructose corn syrup is far more common in processed foods, from soda to bread. This is largely due to corn subsidies that made it a cheaper alternative to sugar. This single-ingredient choice creates a fundamental taste difference, a contrast between a natural terroir-driven product and an efficient industrial one. Let's raise a glass to the drinks menu. Canada's national cocktail is the Caesar. Invented in Calgary in 1969, it's a savory mix of vodka, spices, and clamato juice, a blend of tomato and clam broth that gives it a unique briny kick. In the US, the beverage landscape is defined by global icons like Coca-Cola and classic cocktails like the Old Fashioned and the Martini, which form the bedrock of its bar culture. Now for the sweet finale. Canada offers some truly unique treats. The most famous is the Nanaimo bar, a no-bake square with a crunchy coconut base, sweet custard icing, and a crisp chocolate top. Then there's the fiercely debated butter tart, a gooey pastry that divides Canadians on one key question: with or without raisins. In the US, the dessert menu is a hall of fame of global classics like the chocolate chip cookie and the brownie. But the ultimate symbol is apple pie. Add regional stars like Florida's key lime pie and New York cheesecake, and you have a dessert culture that's both iconic and diverse. When it comes to the main course, geography is key. Canada, with its vast coastline, excels at seafood like Atlantic lobster and Pacific salmon. But it's not all from the sea. Alberta is renowned for its beef, and Quebec for its Montreal-style smoked meat. In the United States, the heartland's identity is tied to barbecue. This is a low and slow art form with fierce regional rivalries, from Carolina pulled pork and Kansas City ribs to the smoky brisket of Texas. And of course there's Southern fried chicken, a global comfort food icon. Even the culture of eating differs. American food culture is often characterized by speed and abundance, the land of the 24-hour diner, the drive-thru, and the super-size option. Canadian food culture, meanwhile, is often described as a mosaic. In cities like Toronto or Vancouver, you can find authentic global cuisines that retain their distinct identities. There's a strong emphasis on seasonal ingredients and home cooking, reflecting a slightly more community-focused pace of life. Here's a fun fact that blurs the lines. The famous ginger ale, Canada Dry. It was created by a pharmacist in Toronto in 1904. Its popularity exploded in the US during Prohibition as a mixer. And to this day, many people are surprised to learn this global brand is proudly Canadian. So it's a tale of two culinary philosophies. American cuisine is a powerhouse of iconic brands and bold innovation. Canadian cuisine is a quieter reflection of its vast landscape and multicultural mosaic. Both are delicious, complex, and deeply tied to their national identities. And that brings us to the ultimate choice. If you had to pick one, the uniquely Canadian comfort of a steaming plate of poutine, or the timeless all-American satisfaction of a perfectly grilled burger? Tell us in the comments below.